with a matching grin, watched it fade like my next of kin. The preacher's words came cold and mean, said, boy, your soul ain't never been clean. The sheriff's boots on the old board floor sounded like ghosts knocking at my door. I poured a shot for the life I knew and one for the sin I can't undo. Gravebell Whiskey burned me down, light my heart in this godless town. If the Lord's still counting, let him wait. I'm too far gone to negotiate. With a borrowed hymn, the light goes out then comes back dim. A woman laughs with a lonesome cry, says every truth's just another lie. Gravebell Whiskey burned me down, light my heart in this godless town. If the Lord's still counting, let him wait. I'm too far gone to negotiate. Allen wails through the midnight rain, boots stomp down to the aching stain. Gravebell Whiskey, ring once more, call my name from the tavern floor. If heaven's full, I'll take my stand with the damned and a drink in hand. The gravebell tolls through the hollow pine, and I fade slow past the county line. Smoke curls up from the factory gate. The whistle moans, but it's come too late. I swung that hammer day and night till my soul turned black in the furnace light. The boss man said, son, keep your head, but I saw hell in the sparks instead. My woman waits by the rail yard track, hands on the Bible, tears on black. She said, faith don't break, it just bends slow. But I lost mine years ago. Ashes and iron, blood and bone built this town, but I walk alone. If the Lord still keeps his score, he'll find my heart on the foundry floor. The river runs with the factory grind, stains the hands that built our time. The preacher coughs through the Sunday smoke, says sin's just working till you're broke. Ashes and iron, blood and bone built this town, but I walk alone. If the Lord still keeps his score, he'll find my heart on the foundry floor. the sound of blame. Ashes and iron grind me thin. Let the fire burn what might have been. If heaven's closed, I'll forge my door and melt my soul to the old mill's roar. Smoke curls up from the factory gate, and I fade out with the hands of fate. Churchyard pines, a bottle tips, the moon declines. I left my sins in a hollow log out past the mill in the morning fog. Mama said the devil's got kind eyes. He'll shake your hand while he tells you lies. The preacher's drunk on his own advice. The sheriff's wife rolls loaded dice. Down by the river, my boots sank deep in mud that whisper secrets it keep. Oh, the road don't wash you clean, just grind your soul between the seams. I prayed and cursed in equal breath, chasing life to flirt with death. Now whiskey burns where the truth once grew, and the sky turned black, then bled right through. Oh, the road don't wash you clean, just grind your soul between the seams. I prayed and cursed in equal breath, chasing life to flirt with death. Foot stomps echo through the burning night. Hand claps crack like the devil's delight. Oh, the road don't wash you clean, it's carved my name where no one's seen. I've begged for love, I've begged for rest, but the dirt knows best. The dirt knows best. Low through the churchyard pines, and I walk on, leaving nothing behind. Crows take flight where the wheat once grew. The sky turns rust and the hills bleed through. I kissed her hand by the old mill gate, said I'd be back, but I showed up late. Now she sleeps where the violets climb, underneath the weight of time. I ride at dusk with a borrowed gun, through fields gone dry, through deeds undone. The sheriff knows, but he don't tell. Says some men rot and some men dwell. Blood and clover mixed in rain, one for love and one for pain. The earth remembers what I stole. She took my heart, I took her soul. The tavern door still swings at night, echoes hum of a worn-out fight. I see her face in the bottle's gleam, whispering low through a whiskey dream. Blood and clover mixed in rain, one for love and one for pain. The earth remembers what I stole. She took my heart, I took her soul. Like a morning dove, banjo snaps at the ghost of love. Blood and clover mixed once more, lay to rest by the river shore. I drank to peace, I drank to sin, and the night takes me back again. Crows take flight where the wheat once grew, and the sky still bleeds that same old hue. Ooh. Mournful drone and cello line begin, joined by a quick repetitive snare like tap with a stick. On the banjo head the atmosphere is damp and heavy. Woke up stranded on the riverbank low, where the muddy water forgets how to flow. The mist was thick and the air was strange, felt like I'd stumbled off the map's whole range. Found an old skull half buried in the clay, 'cause somebody's secret finally saw the day. The bone looked clean at a hole in the side, a story the river tried hard to hide. Pistol shot ringing out over the shore. It was the night that Deacon Smith disappeared. Said he found religion and the folks all cheered. Oh, the river keeps moving, but the time stands still. Down here by the bank, against my own will, stomp your feet, shake the sleep my sorry state. We all got our demons, we all got our pride. Smith just paid his with a quick sacrifice. He preached salvation, but he sinned with the best. Now he's got water for his final rest. Oh, the river keeps moving, but the time stands still. Down here by the bank, against my own will. Stomp your feet, shake the sleep from your head. You're just one step closer to being the dead. These riverbed bones, they rattle and warn. Another lost soul that was never reborn. The music builds into a stomping, intense breakdown. The mandolin plays a sharp, frenetic rhythm. The cello drives the beat, the group shouts on the beat. A ragged, desperate sound, boom, but sin, judge, oh, the river keeps moving and the debt is due. It's gonna come back for me, and it's coming for you. Stomp your feet, shake the sin from the ground. The only peace is when you can't hear a sound. These riverbed bones are the truth you'll find. Leave all your worries and your troubles behind. Stops abruptly. The only sounds are the gurgle of the water and the splash of something heavy falling into the river. Night comes down like a busted hymn. Crows take flight on a fading wind. I met my fate where the roads entwine. A silver moon and a jug of wine. The devil's smile with a gambler's grace said, pick your sin, I'll name your place. My soul in the shifting sand. The dice rolled twice, the truth rolled thin, and I kissed the dark like my next of kin. Crossroads and clover, luck runs dry. Whiskey, truth, and a sinner's lie. If the Lord won't talk, then I won't plead. I'll plant my heart where the lost still bleed. The river haunts where the willows sleep. Secrets buried, roots grow deep. Every prayer's just smoke and bone, and the wind keeps calling me home. Crossroads and clover, love runs dry. Whiskey, truth, and a sinner's lie. Banjo snaps through the midnight haze. Boots stomp loud on the debt I've paid. Crossroads and clover turn once more. The road don't judge what it's taken for. If grace is gone, then let me be a ghost on the wind, wild and free. Like a busted hymn, and the crossroads wait, where my bones grow thick. Candles burn where no one prays. Dust collects on the holy days. I walked in with my hat in hand, mud on my boots, guilt in the sand. Said, Lord, I've lied, I've stole, I've sinned. He said, boy, that's where we all begin. The pews still creak like they remember names of broken hearts and wedding flames. I laid my hope on the windowsill and watched it roll down the glass until I'm kneeling on a cold church floor, begging what I can't beg no more. If grace is cheap, I can't afford the price to please a silent Lord. Choir's gone, but the echoes stay. Ghost hum hymns in a hollow way. A Bible's open to a page half torn. The words all fade, but the pain's still warm. Whoa, I'm kneeling on a cold church floor, begging what I can't beg no more. If grace is cheap, I can't afford the price to please a silent Lord. Wind moans low through the chapel beams. Faith drifts out in silver streams. I'm kneeling on a cold church floor, a sinner's prayer and nothing more. If he won't talk, I'll walk that road where angels weep and sinners go. Candles burn where no one prays, and I fade slow in the Lord's old gaze. The sound of a crackling campfire, an acoustic guitar picking a gentle but melancholy share. A cello enters with a low pulsing little like a slow heartbeat. The moon is heavy, hanging low and fat, sitting by the fire with my worn out hat. I got a secret buried deep inside my chest. It won't let a tired man get any rest. I tried to drown it in a bitter glass of rye, but the morning came and the secret didn't die. Shadows stretching, they dance and they sway, taking the shape of the life I threw away. She wore a dress the color of the new plowed earth, the only promise that ever proved its worth. But I was restless, chased the whiskey wind, and traded my virtue for the next round of sin. Let the fire burn low, let the embers glow. The truth gets easy when the darkness grows. Stomp your feet hard, beat the rhythm clean. This Firelight Confession is the last place I've been. I've seen the devil, brother in a three-piece suit. He was counting my harvest, pulling up the roof. My hands are callous, they've done a wicked thing. The memory of it is the song I always sing. She found my note in the bottom of the well, said I'm going to the desert to escape your hell. I never followed, I just turned and walked away, waiting for the bill that the good Lord will one day pay. Let the fire burn low, let the embers glow. The truth gets easy when the darkness grows. Stomp your feet hard, beat the rhythm clean. This Firelight Confession is the last place I've been. I've seen the devil, brother in a three-piece suit. He was counting my harvest, pulling up the roof. Shifts to a slow, heavy, dramatic bell that cello-saws wildly, and the banjo plays a repetitive, obsessive, high-pitched line group. Harmonies join the lead, vocalist, gritty, raw wail, amen, amen. Let the fire die out, let the moonlight shine. There ain't no redemption for a heart like mine. Stomp your feet one last time, let the message send. This Firelight Confession's how my story ends. The devil's laughing, brother in the smoking air. He said you paid for your soul, I got the dead man's share. The fire crackles down to faint pops. The mandolin plays a final high, sustained and fading note. The sound of a heavy body slumping on to the ground. A lone banjo picks a halting, nervous rhythm of deep cello moans. Underneath the wind whistles faintly, a foot taps slowly on gravel, counting time. 6 feet down by the willow tree is where my darling said she'd wait for me. But the river rose high and black, carried off the rails of the railroad track. I got a letter, it was stained with mud, said the levees break and pray to God above. The congregation gathered on the hill, watching their town become cold and still. The preacher shouted about the coming sin, but the The Blackwater Gospel's what it's all about. There on the bank, smelled of cigarettes and whiskey drank. The town sheriff, a mean old man, floating face down with a poker hand. Guess a flood don't care if you're good or bad, it just takes everything you ever had. Oh, the rain keeps falling like the wrath of God, turning all the good earth into mud. Grab the banjo, rising up the bow. If we're going down slow, singing hallelujah till our lungs give out. The Blackwater Gospel's what it's all about. Comes in, frantic and high like a desperate prayer. The mandolin chops fast, aggressive chord stomps and claps get faster, like running from the water. A group shout. Oh, the rain stopped falling, but the sun won't shine. Nothing left here that I can call mine. Just a muddy grave where the willows weep, and a heavy promise that I gotta keep. Singing hallelujah with my final breath. The Blackwater Gospel is a song of death. Slowly picks the main tune, but quieter, more mellow. The cello holds one long low note that fades. The sound is slow, dripping water. River hung like a ghost in tune underneath the bleeding moon. I buried love by the willow side, told her I'd come back but I lied. Now her name floats soft downstream, caught between a prayer and dream. The town still whispers what I done, says I shot a man and watched him run. But I just smile and tip my head, ain't no truth in talk like that. Lay me down where the water grows, among the reeds and the river bones. Let the current wash my blame till the flood forgets my name. A rusted ring in a faded dress, hang on the nail by my loneliness. The whiskey talks when the night gets still, says, boy, you'll never climb that hill. Lay me down where the water grows, among the reeds and the river bones. Let the current wash my blame till the flood forgets my name. the dying light. Boots stomp hard against the night. Lay me down where the water groans. No cross, no stone, just skin and bones. The river knows the river's kind. She'll drag me home and ease my mind. The river hums like a ghost entombed, and I fade out beneath her moon. A fast rhythm strumming on the mandolin, a heavy syncopated banjo line that sets an urgent, restless pace. The sound of jangling coins followed by a deep sigh. I woke up busted, bent and dry as a bone in a roadside ditch. 20 miles from home, got holes in my shoes and holes in my shirt. Every thin dime goes right back to the dirt. Spend my last dollar on a bottle of gin. Guess I never learned where the bad times begin. Traffic just speeds on past. Nobody stopping for a man falling fast. They got their briefcases, their smiles are wide. They never met the hunger that's deep inside. I tried to work, Lord knows I tried to be good, but the devil pays better than anybody should. It's the empty pockets road stretching out long, singing a hungry and a desperate song. Stomp your feet, beg the sky for a drop. You get down on this highway, you don't know when to stop. Every mile I walk, every turn I take is a mistake I make for a woman's sake. In the shimmering heat, standing in the doorway so bittersweet. She told me running was the coward's way out. Now all I can do is moan and shout for the warm supper and the soft clean bed, instead of the nightmares that live in my head. It's the empty pockets road stretching out long, singing a hungry and a desperate song. Stomp your feet, beg the sky for a drop. You get down on this highway, you don't know when to stop. Every mile I walk, every turn I take is a mistake I make for a woman's sake. Sloppy instrumental section, the banjo and mandolin duel with rapid fire low down licks. The cello provides a heavy, unrelenting 4 on the floor beat, driving the intensity. A ragged group call coughing, spitting sound. It's the empty pockets road and the journey's through. The sun is sinking, guess my time is too. Stomp your feet, watch the fire in the west. Gonna lay my poor weary body down to rest. Every mile I walked, every breath I drew was always for her. And it's ending with you. Music cuts to the sound of a very slow dragging boots scraping on gravel, getting quieter until it stops. A single mourn harmonica note fades into the wind. Smoke rolls thin through a dying town. The clock struck cold when the sun went down. I sold my soul for a buck and grin, played my cards and let the devil win. He said, son, you got a poet's curse. Your words heal slow, but your deeds get worse. Gravel roads and rusted signs all point back to my crooked line. Then twice said, come back home, but pay your price. Footsteps in the dust echo through my shame. The road remembers every name. Can't wash off what I've become, just walk till my shadow's gone. Barroom laughs, the church bell cries. Both sound true beneath these skies. Whiskey burns, but not like guilt. The cross half been, a life half built. Footsteps in the dust echo through my shame. The road remembers every name. Can't wash off what I've become, just walk till my shadow's gone. Streams creak low, a storm rolls near. Thunder hums like a hymn you hear. Footsteps in the dust, fading one by one. The past don't rest, it just as the sun goes down. Fog grows thick where the river bends, carrying whispers of forgotten friends. I tossed a coin to the water's mouth, watched it sink as the moon slips out. Said, if you're listening, Lord, don't speak. I've heard enough to last all week. A woman's voice in the cattail reed sang of lies and the blood they feed. Her eyes were calm, her hands were pale. She said truth's a ghost that leaves no trail. I'm a ghost on the riverbend, waiting for the world to end. If grace drifts by, I'll tip my brim, fade right back where the light grows dim. The ferry's gone, the rope's undone, the current harms what I've become. 1,000 sins for every mile, each one grinning in the devil's style. I'm a ghost on the riverbend, waiting for the world to end. If grace drifts by, I'll tip my brim, fade right back where the light grows dim. Banjo twangs through the midnight rain, boots tap low to the sound of pain. I'm a ghost on the riverbend, bound to drift to the last of man. If heaven calls, I'll let it rain. The river knows everything. Fog grows thick where the river bends, and the water hums where the story ends. Wind cut sharp through a cotton field, truth and rust are both revealed. Mama said the good die clean, but I've been rolling in gasoline. Struck a match just to feel the spark. Now I sleep light and dream dark. He's got my boots on file, he knows my sins by every mile. Still I ride with a crooked grin, a man half ghost, half born again. Gravel and grace beneath my feet, the road's the only prayer I keep. If I fall before I wake, Lord, let the dust my soul remain. By the window's light, counting lights to pass the night. Her tears could drown a mountain town, but I ain't want to turn around. Gravel and grace beneath my feet, the road's the only prayer I keep. If I fall before I wake, Lord, let the dust my soul remain. Fiddle cries like a guilty man, steel strings moan where the night begins. Gravel and grace, it's all the same. One burns hot, one whispers name. If I find peace, don't mark the place, just scatter me in gravel and grace. Wind cut sharp through a cotton field, and the road hums low. My fate is sealed. Smoke drifts up from the canyon wide. The wind hums low where the lost men hide. I called my name in a sycamore tree, said, Lord, if you're there, don't bother me. The church burned down, the bells went still, and I kept walking up Mercy Hill. The preacher's wife with her haunted eyes sold me grace in a thin disguise. She said, boy, faith don't come for free, and poured my sin back into me. Sing that broken hallelujah line, half in sorrow, half in wine. If the Lord won't hear this tune of mine, let the devil keep the time. The river's wide and the bridge gives way. Dreams float Boots stomp slow like a mourner's prayer. Sing that broken hallelujah loud. Let the sinners stand, the saints unbowed. If heaven weeps, it weeps in rhyme to a broken hallelujah line. Smoke drifts up from the canyon wide, and I fade